Do you think we could eat that corn? No. Do you think that's a real corn that big? No, that is no corn that big. Not even some of these Grange people could grow that big a piece of corn. You know. What does corn grow on? A stalk. And so the stalk is fairly high, and you've got to pick the corn off the stalk, right? How high would the stalk have to be for that piece of corn? Well, I think so. It'd have to be awfully big. I want to tell you a story about a real farmer. It'd be bigger than a tree. Oh, okay. Okay. Now we're going to have a tree war here. Who's got the tallest tree? Anyway, I want to tell you a story about someone who's named George Washington Carver. Now, when he was a small child, he revealed an uncanny knowledge of all living things. The farmers in the small Missouri town of Diamond Grove noticed the fragile black boy wandering for hours over the land, examining various plants and bringing back varieties which he used to heal sick animals. Is that amazing? He'd find animals that were sick, and then he'd go out and look at plants, and he would experiment, I guess, and find that some of these plants would heal the animals when they were sick. Entirely on his own, the boy established a garden in a remote piece of bottomland. And using old lumber and other materials, he built a greenhouse in the woods. Have you been in a greenhouse, some of you? You gone shopping for plants with your parents? Okay. You know what a greenhouse is? What is it, Corey? Yeah, you keep plants in it. And it either has glass or sometimes plastic so that the light can come through. Do plants need light? Yeah. What else do they need? What else do they need? They're going to find out something else here. Once asked what he was doing alone for many hours, Carver replied, "I go to my garden hospital and take care of hundreds of sick plants." You ever seen a sick plant? Come in my office anytime, because I don't know what to do with plants. His special talent did not go unnoticed by the farmers' wives who lived near them. They brought him. She does? The wives brought their sick houseplants to him and asked them to make them bloom. And Carver sang to the plants as he placed them gently in tin cans filled with soil of his own making. He covered them carefully at night and took them out to play in the sun during the day. He sang to the plants. Your parents ever sing to the plants? Do they talk to the plants?
I can talk to them.
People say that that's very important. Oh, that's not good. And if you talk to them, it's okay. If the plants answer you, then you got a whole nother problem. Returning the thriving and blooming plants to their owners, he was often asked how he could work such miracles, and Carver replied modestly, "All flowers talk to me, and so do hundreds of living things in the woods. I learn what I know by watching and loving everything." Watching and loving everything. That's very important, you know. And that's why we care about the earth, and we worry about things like, you've studied about global warming in school. Some of the older kids have. And the rest of you will get around to that. And ecology and the environmental studies are very important. We need to take care of the earth. Is all the emissions, all the smoke that comes out of the back of a car, is that good for the earth or bad? A lot of it's bad, yeah. And there's a lot of cars, right? Yeah. So these are important things for us to know. And when George Washington Carver said he learned from the earth, that's something that's still going on. And these folks here that are here from the Grange today, some of them have special sashes on to identify them and the amount of time they've been in Grange. They were folks who wanted to learn as much as they could about farming so they could grow healthier food and have good crops, strong crops, to feed as many people as they possibly could. So the Grange's work has been important for a long, long time, and it's still very important today. We need to know what is healthy to eat. What can we do to feed most of the people? You have a lot of this in your science book. That's right, Noah. And the thing is that there are lots of kids go into bed tonight that are going to be hungry and don't have anywhere near what you have to eat. And in all those places in the world, there are organizations like the Grange and Heifer Project. You've been to Heifer Project. And other organizations like that. They're trying to teach farmers how to grow the best possible food and enough of it to feed their people. Because we don't think anybody should go to bed hungry, right? Not one person on the whole earth should go to bed hungry. So that's what we're trying to do. That's right. Someplace they don't have food. That's why we help. Yeah, wow. If you don't have enough food in your fridge, you can go to a restaurant, unless you live where there are no restaurants and you have no money, right? We're lucky. We can go to a restaurant, even McDonald's. We don't like McDonald's, do we, Lucas? We just want healthy food, right? You guys can go to your classes now.